Welcome back to Hermitting with Holly and Susan. We're still filming in our offices or in our homes because,
Yeah, that's how we roll these days.
yeah,
Someday we'll get together again.
someday, you
Although we
know,
really have always been better, like phone, texting, email. Because the west side of Erie, I know we've talked
it's
about this
so
before.
far
It's very
away.
far away.
It's far away. It's very,
Uh,
very far away. Yeah. So today we were going to talk about family and family that you choose.
well, we had a loss this week of a family member who is not
Is a
related to
family
us.
member that was chosen.
She was chosen. She was a neighbor and ended up being a great friend. And as she got older and needed more help and her husband passed, we adopted her. And I had her at the hospital the one time, and my standard response was when people ask us, was I her daughter? Was I her granddaughter? Granddaughter always seemed like a better choice to me. But I would say, no, I'm her fungus. She caught me and she couldn't get rid of me. And she would laugh,
great.
and she just became such a big part of our lives. And the minions grew up visiting the nursing home. And for a long time, she was on Susan's side of town, on the west side.
Far, far away.
Far away. So we would drive over at least once a week, and the kids thought they owned the nursing home. They were pretty sure. One of the nuns manned the front desk, and so they would, stroll up to sister, high five her, and then we'd go do our visit. And a year ago, she had gone downhill, and they were going to move her to a higher care unit. And as long as they were moving her, we moved her to the east side. Because whether you move her to a different unit on the west side or the east side, so she was within walking distance. I will tell you, one of my fondest memories will always be the minions going through their dress-up bag, choosing the superhero they were going to wear. You could not ride your bike because you cannot ride a bike with a cape on. It's problematic.
You get stuck in the spokes or the chain.
We would take our scooters, and the oldest minion gave up on it, but the two younger ones would dress up as their superheroes, and we'd go down on their scooters, and we'd park, and we'd go in and see them, and they would walk into the nursing home. They high-fived everybody. They would, and they'd say, "Who is it?" And the one day, one of the older sisters had walked by and was talking to him and said, Batman and Robin, or whichever two they were, what are you doing today? And the youngest one picked up his mask and goes, "We're not really them." Like maybe she thought they really were. And it was wonderful. As she had more dementia, she forgot our names, but she always knew we were hers. And her face would light up when the kids came. They loved playing. When we caught her on a day in an activity, they would help. I'm not sure how much helpful they were, but they always helped with activities. We had like table bowling. Oh, minions enjoy anything that is a contest.
That involves throwing things.
But I just did an interview last week with someone, and I talked about the fact that so many of my books are about the family you choose. Mm-hmm. And I think this is a great example. We chose her. She chose us, and she's going to be extremely missed. So for me, when you read that in the book, the Hometown of Heart series, I think it rings really true. And you've done a lot of that. You've done a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Here, look, I've just popped up crib notes. That's one of the hometown.
Yeah, I'm gone. There I am.
Ha. You're there. There you are. Because I put your book up there.
You put my book up. See, look, I can disappear behind Susan.
Behind your book.
There you go. But yes, all of them are about the family you choose. There's a family in the series, the Kellers, who've adopted all their children. And dealing with those issues, I think, because they ring so true to me, hopefully makes those books ring true to readers. So how about you? How's some of the way you've done that in yours?
Well, first of all, just, under normal circumstances, my family, we grew up that friends of my parents were aunt and uncle or whatever. But there were some that were really, really good, good friends,
Right.
that became very much like an aunt or whatever in my family. So, there's always that. But I think I'm trying to think the one series of books I finally just built this big massive family so that I could just have a whole big giant.
That's
I come
also
from
known
a
as
very
job security.
I finally figured it out. It took me a long time to figure it out, but then I was like, write about a big giant family, but I come from a very small family. So for
Right.
me, it was really kind of fun to write this big giant family, because again, just a very small family, not,
Right. And yet, yeah, I think you are a good example. You have so many people in your life that are close to you in a family sort of way. And I know a certain friend I'm thinking of that lives down in Texas that if you called her in a New York minute, like family would be there. And I have
well,
a friend like that too.
like
But,
you, for
I
sure.
am on the other side of
You're
town.
far, far away from me, but
But,
in a
but
pinch, if I
yeah,
needed you, I'd like to think that,
I,
you would be
well,
as good to me.
I didn't want to say that and sound cocky. I thought it, and I feel like, no, that sounds really like braggadocious, and I didn't want to be
Braggadocious.
braggadocious.
I like that word.
And so, well, now see, we just talked about words in the other ones, and
Yeah,
I'm not against making words up as it suits me. So,
absolutely.
but no, I had thought it, but it sounded so. I was going to go with your other friend, who I know she knows who she is. So,
She does.
and then I
She
wasn't
should.
braggadocious, so now I'm a little braggadocious, but I was saying that I acknowledge that relationship as well. So,
Exactly. And again, I think the thing too is with so many of us, we're spread away from our actual biological families. So you
right.
kind of have to build new family ties because, you know,
Right. I have a daughter who moved away for college and just never moved home, stayed there. And she has that. There are some of her friends that I consider absolutely part of our family because I listen to their stories, and well, I'm sure she doesn't tell me all their stories, but
I
I
bet
listen
she
to the
doesn't either.
mother appropriate stories,
Uh-huh.
and
Yep.
her relationship with them is very familiar. So, anyways, the family you choose. I think sometimes there's family you're just stuck with. There's the family you go out and find yourself. And for me, that is a never ending, fascinating subject to write about because there are just so many ways to do it. So,
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
and so that was my shout out. I just feel like we're going to have her funeral and there will literally be probably just us. It'll be
Well,
great.
but
So it's very different. Yeah.
you're not even allowed to really have,
You
right?
can, yeah, you can. We can have like the immediate family. And again, it's a broad definition, but yes, there can be people there, but you're social distancing. It's not at the funeral home. There's not going to be any of that stuff. It'll
Mhm.
just be at the cemetery kind of service.
Okay, like a graveside service. Wow.
But I am thankful that she ended up being part of our
She
family.
enriched your life, and you enriched her life in turn.
Well,
So
and it was awesome having the kids grow up in that kind of situation and to see them never being afraid of somebody in a wheelchair, not being nervous if somebody can't talk, because they still can high five. And if they can't high five, then it's, give them a superhero smile. And I just think that's such an important thing for them. So
yeah,
there you
absolutely.
are. Families, the family you choose.
There you go.
All right.
We'll see you next time.